Hey, what's up, good people? Today we're gonna talk about vasectomies. Hey, what's going on, good people? It's your boy James Harris, founder of a movement called Mental Health, which focuses on men's overall wellness, the mental health, physical health, and of course the emotional health. And I'm also the author of a book called Man Just Express Yourself, which is an interactive planning guide for boys and men to better express themselves. I definitely appreciate everybody who went out and got this tool and have been doing these interventions and having dialogue with the male in your life. I definitely appreciate it. Salute to those parents who got this as a tool to work with the young sons. I definitely appreciate my fellow clinicians who got this as a lobby or doing these tools in their session, this intervention, and of course my spouses who got this tool and engaging with your partner, exchanging dialogue, and praises and salute to my fellow guys out there who went out and got this tool and making those subtle changes within your life. I definitely appreciate it. And if you want to get a copy, be sure to go to Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Target, Walmart, pretty much anywhere books are sold, including my website. And while you're on my website, make sure you grab my board game, Cheesy Dates. It's an interactive, fun game for not only couples but individuals, adults who want to engage and express dialogue in so many different topics, as well as get those spontaneous different date ideas. So I definitely appreciate it. Hey, if you're new here, make sure you like, share, subscribe. And if you've been here for a while, I definitely appreciate you. Sister me and get monetized, so you continue to like, share, and subscribe. So if we're talking overall view of what is a vasectomy? So a vasectomy is definitely a form of male birth control that cuts off the supply of sperm or semen, um, so one wouldn't, get pregnant basically. So it's done by cutting the seal, the tube that carries the sperm, and it sounds graphic, but it's not as graphic and it's not as painful as it may sound. Vasectomy has a low risk problem that can cause usual be performed in an outpatient setting under a local anesthesiologist. So it all depends. So and now it's technology is so awesome. Like you don't have a scar. You the procedures normally take 30 minutes, if that. So technology is definitely advancing. Before getting a vasectomy, you need to be carried certain that you don't want to be a father in the future. Some of them are reversible, but of course that depends on you, your body, your lifestyle, so many different factors. So it's best to already know that you don't want any more kids or be a father, period, based on those situations. Although vasectomy, again, can be reversible, vasectomy should be considered like permanent form of male birth control. So have a discussion with your partner, and just make sure, like, because again, they try to reverse it. Some of them is successful, and some of it may not be. So you don't want to be within that 1%, and it's not reversible. And your partner decides that she want kids, or you decide that you want kids now. Vasectomies offer protection, just pretty much to not having a child within that percentage range, but it offers no protection within the sexual transmitted diseases or infection. So it's not a form of, you can have as much sex as you want and without caution, and because of course the risk of STDs, STIs is still there. So again, like, it can be done for various reasons. So vasectomy is a safe way and effective birth control choice for men who are certain that they don't want to father a child within the future. So I know as far as birth control you're concerned, you often hear the woman getting her tubes tied, or the woman taking contraceptives, monthly, or getting an injection yearly, or getting something placed within their private area. So vasectomy is nearly 100% effective in preventing pregnancy, nearly 100%. And for the male, it's very low risk in comparison to what the female, the lady, the woman has to go through for their birth control in so many different cases. Vasectomy is an outpatient surgery with low risk or complications or minimum side effects. So again, but these things depend on your body, your lifestyle, and how you move around day to day. The cost of a vasectomy is far less than the cost of a woman's sterilization, getting the tubes tied, or long term um, birth control. So it all definitely depends. Like, it's better for you to do it in many cases than the woman to do it. Vasectomy means you won't need to take birth control steps before sex. such as putting on the condom. So it all depends on where you are. But of course, previous videos we talked about premature ejaculation, which means we also introduced the fact that condoms can reduce sensitivity so you can last a little bit longer. So of course you can still use a condom if you want to, and it's recommended, of course, so you wouldn't get STDs or STIs. So again, it's all depending on you, your lifestyle, and different things that you do. But there are some risks, minimum risks, to having a vasectomy because it is surgery, it is your body, so of course there's risks associated to it. Might later change your mind depending on if you want to have a children or be a father at some point. Although it might be possible to reverse your vasectomy, it's no real guarantee that the reversal will work. Reversal surgery is more complicated than the actual vasectomy as well. So, and it's also a little bit more expensive to get reversed, and it's no real exact science to if it's going to be effective. So, getting a reverse, you're going to pay more. It's more riskier, and it's no guarantee that it may work. So you probably, you know, that's why it's critical to have that decision on if you don't want to father a kid anymore. So for most men, a vasectomy doesn't change any noticeable side effects, and serious complications are there. So, like, nobody would know that you had a vasectomy. Like, your testicles are not removed. Um, there's so many ignorant statements and questions and memes out there. But yeah, so nobody would know. The incision is not even a big incision, so you definitely wouldn't know. Side effects right after surgery can definitely also include bleeding or blood clots. So it depends on where you are around the scrotum area. So definitely take care of yourself. You can also, within a week period of having the surgery, you can have blood in your semen. So again, if these things occur, you definitely want to ensure that you're consulting with your doctor or the person who performed the surgery on you. You can also have bruising on your scrotum, but they give you everything that you need to do and know after your surgery. They probably have a consultation with you before surgery just to ensure that you want to go through it. So infection also can occur within the surgical site. You can have some mild pain or discomfort. Some people even report having swelling. And there's so many different ways that you can prepare for this actual surgery. Again, so you'll have a consultation before the actual surgery to ensure that it's something that you want to do. They're asking you, are you sure you don't want to have any more kids and things like that? Your doctor will probably ask you to stop taking blood thinners, or if you're taking aspirin or any other anti-inflammatory drugs, or just things to thin out your blood. And if you are doing those things, they'll probably delay your surgery a week or two just to ensure that it's out your system. And you also want to bring a pair of tight-fitting underwear, to those athletic ones to support your area down there, just to ensure, because after the surgery, you want much support as you can around your scrotum to minimize the swelling. You don't want to have the surgery and then your joints just swinging freely, because of course that's going to increase the swelling as well as infection, as well as potentially things going wrong. So you want to have those tight, firm fitting underwear just to ensure that you're getting the proper support that you need. Shower or bathing, definitely you want to do maybe one day after surgery. Be sure to wash your genital areas thoroughly as possible. And you definitely can trim the hair if necessary. Arrange for a ride home after your surgery to avoid any movements or any pressures, because different people are affected differently based on anesthesia. Of course, it goes to your body type, it goes to your lifestyle choices. All those things can affect you differently, so it's best to just have somebody there to drive you home, just in case you're still drowsy or you just feel like you're so in much discomfort. You don't want to be behind the wheel. So it all depends on where you are. But before the procedure, you definitely want to, again, have that consultation, your initial session. Be prepared to discuss so many different things. Make sure you understand that the vasectomy is permanent. It can be reversible, but plan on it being permanent, so that way you're not disappointed if it doesn't reverse, if you ever wanted to get it reversed. It's definitely a good choice, and have you a chance that you might want to be a father one day. So of course they're asking you all these different questions within that consultation session, whether or not you have children already, or how your partner feel about it, or just what if you get in a relationship and this person want children. So it all depends. Of course, there's other forms of birth control available to you? Why do you decide to have this procedure? So they're asking you all of these things. What vasectomy surgery and recovery can potentially look like. So they're telling you about different complications. They're telling you about, they're showing you these graphs and different things of what they're going to do. So they're going to discuss like what they're going to do during the procedure, which the vasectomy surgery usually takes between 10 and 30 minutes. It all depends on where you are, again, physically, and your over your lifestyle choices that you've made. Because of course, if you're bigger or if you are a smoker, like all of those things can, or if you're taking again medicine, all of those things can have an impact on the actual procedure. So what they do though, they numb the area, they inject anesthesia within that local area down there, right through the skin into the scrotum area, with this small needle. You don't even feel it. Make a small cut, like a minor incision. And I think now, to be real with you, they have the incisionless surgery. So in the upper part of your scrotum, once the surgery area is numb. Um, Again, like technology is so advanced, you don't even know like that it's punctured, so it all depends on where you are again physically, so they definitely make sure that they locate a tube and they find the actual tube that carries the semen to the testicles, and that's what they cut. So withdraw part of the vas the first through the incision or the puncture. They cut it and then they pull it out, you know, and they seal the vas defenders area by tying it. So they tie it using heat and surgical clips are the combination of a method. So they pull it out, they tie it, burn it, they do so many other things to it. Then your doctor will return to the end of the vas deferens of the scrotum. So like it sounds graphic, it sounds like a lot, but you're under anesthesia. 30 minutes, you're gonna wake up and not even know that it happened that fast. So close the incision surgery area is like the last step. So it depends on who you go to or your body style too. They may use stitches or they may use glue. So you may have to come back to get your stitches removed, or they have the dissolvable ones, or they may just have the glue. So it all depends. In some cases, it'll close on its own, or they'll tell you come back, like I said, and just remove them. But again, like the aftercare procedure, they informing you on all of these things. So following the vasectomy, you may have, like, again, some bruising, some swelling, a little bit of pain or discomfort. It usually gets better within a few days. Your doctor will give you instructions on how to recover. They may tell you call right away if you have any signs of infections or blood oozing out the surgical area. They'll tell you how to, change your underwear. They may even give you different underwear that fit firm, but of course, if you got the athletic support underwear, they may tell you just to keep wearing those. Support your scrotum with a Band-Aid or tight fitting underwear for at least 48 hours. I know some people use cold veggies to put on, just to ensure like a cold pack. So it all depends on you. So that would definitely help if you do that for the first 1 to 2 days. Limit your activity after service. You don't want to be doing squats. You definitely can do upper body exercises, but you don't want to strain too much, because of course when you strain, that sends blood throughout your entire body. So you don't want to put yourself in a position to where you are erupting your stitches or the glue or whatever the case is. You could probably do a light activity 2 to 3 days after, but try to avoid like major impact things that can hit your area. So whether it's heavy lifting, squats, deadlifts, those things to where you have to strain, you want to avoid those things. You also want to avoid like anything that would cause bleeding to your scrotum area. Avoid any sexual activity for like a week or so. If you do plan to ejaculate, if you may feel pain or notice some blood within your semen. That's normal for the procedure, but if it's too much blood, you definitely want to ensure that you're going back to the doctor or the person who performed the surgery and let them know. So that way, if you do continue to have sexual intercourse, you use other form of birth control until the doctor confirms that your sperm is no longer present of semen. So they got to do a couple of different cycles. So they may say come back within a month, come back in 3 months, then come back in a year, I believe. So you definitely want to ensure that you're doing that, because the last thing you want to do is it not take, and depending on your body style, your lifestyle choices, and how athletic you are, some of them don't take. So, you may have to go back and get the procedure done over again. So you definitely want to ensure that you are getting your sperm tested after the procedure, that 1 month mark, the 3 month mark, and then a year after. But they'll tell you if you do or don't need to come back. You will ejaculate semen after the vasectomy, but it will no longer contain sperm. Sperm is the reproductive cell. Once you have ejaculated about 20 times or 20 different ejaculation cycles, it may be a chance that the sperm is no longer being reproductive. It's what you want, so you can't have children. Like your sperm will still come out, but it's not the reproductive sperm. A vasectomy blocks the sperm made by the testes from reaching the semen. Instead, your body absorbs the sperm, which is pretty much harmless. So it all depends, again, on your lifestyle choices, your body type. All those things can result in your vasectomy. A vasectomy doesn't provide immediate protection against pregnancy. Again, you got to go through those cycles. Use alternate forms of birth control until your doctor can confirm that the sperm is no longer within your semen. Before having unprotected sex, you'll need to wait several months or longer to ejaculate maybe 15 to 20 times to be more clear that sperm no longer has semen within it. Most doctors do a follow-up and they analyze your semen 6 to 12 weeks after, and then of course, like I said, several months and then potentially a year or two, just to make sure that the sperm is not present. So you'll need to give your doctor different sperm samples. They'll give you these tubes to take home, and then they'll say come back, follow up on specific days. So the procedure of the sperm sample, your doctor will have you, of course, ejaculate into a container that will use special condoms without lubricant or spermicide to collect the semen sample. So that would definitely help you as well. Your semen would then be examined just to make sure that the sperm is or isn't present. So if you got a question on vasectomy, definitely hit me up, www.mentoheal.com. I definitely appreciate you checking in. I'll catch you on the next one.